So I hope this is a good illustration of exactly how serious we take safety issues here at Home Energy Alterations. If there's a safety recommendation that we can make for you, an improvement, we're going to make that, and we're going to be able to deliver the solutions for you to make your house as safe as possible. Okay, so with the water heater problem solved, this customer called us up to look at their old boiler system and see if it's a candidate for upgrade. Now there's a lot of tax rebates out there that you might be able to take advantage of. I'm not going to talk about them in this video. They tend to change. So what's available today might not be available 6 months from now. Who knows? So the focus of these videos is educational. We want them to be relevant 5 years from now. So the best way to get financial information on what rebates are available to you is to give us a call. And we'll come over, we'll look over your situation, we'll tell you what rebates are available to you. Some of them may be dependent on your income level, so who knows. Again, the best way to get that information is to give us a call. So with that said, let's take a look at this old boiler system. Okay, so we know from this customer that this system was converted to gas from oil in the early 70s. We also know that it's holding water pretty well. A steam system that loses water, which needs to be refilled a lot. It's not a good thing. That means you're getting steam leaking out into your living space, and that may cause air quality problems. So it's holding water pretty good, which is a good sign. There's been some work done on the back of the boiler, replacing some of the old iron that was corroded with new copper, and that all looks like it's holding up pretty well. It looks like it's in good shape. If we go around to the front of the boiler system, we'll see that there's a plate which tells you exactly the input rating in BTUs, 120,000 BTUs, output rating 96,000 BTUs. After that initial assessment, we can begin to look at the machine itself. We'll start by pulling off the front panels and switching it to pilot so that we don't have to worry about any machine kicking on while we're in there. Okay, so on the front of the boiler we have a couple things. We have our steam gauge, steam pressure gauge, tells us how much pressure is inside the system. We have our draft diluter. This box is actually wide open on the bottom. You can stick your hand up there, and you can actually feel as you move toward the boiler. There's a hole up at the top inside this box that the flue gas comes out of the combustion zone and into this draft diluter, where it mixes with room air before it goes up the flue. So the design of this boiler is that this area right here, as you might have seen in the earlier part of the video, is wide open. That allows for that air mixture. Below that, what we have is our gas control module. Right now we're set at pilot. And I don't know if you can see inside, but there's a big iron heat exchanger here that sits above the actual burners themselves. That's where the cold water coming in is going to be heated into steam. With inside that iron manifold, you see the pilot lights going down. Looks like the tops of the burners are pretty clean, not too bad. So what we're going to do now is crank up the heat so that we get the furnace to kick on. Okay, so we turn our thermostat up, and as you can see, some of the burners are actually on, but they're on a very low flame. What we're going to do is we're going to turn the furnace to the on position, and we're just going to take a look at the flame, and I think we can see more inside as far as cleanliness, and just a visual inspection that everything seems to be burning properly. Some people will tell you that they can tell the efficiency of the burn by the color of the flame. That's really not an exact science, so it doesn't really substitute for the combustion analysis that I'm going to be performing in a second. But this will complete the visual inspection of the system. So our boiler's been running now for a good 5 minutes, steady state. It's getting nice and hot. So we're going to do the burner performance analysis now with our Testo 327. I skipped over some of the other tests that we do as part of this combustion analysis. One is the CAS depressurization test. It's basically a test that tells us, in the worst case scenario of your house, whether you're actually drafting enough pressure. Still, if you happen to have 2 bath fans on and your, let's say, oven vent on at the same time, depressurizing the house, we want to make sure that these combustion appliances will still work safely. That's part of the test that we do. It's called a CAS depressurization. I'm not going to do it right in this video. I'm going to skip now to the combustion analysis with our Testo 327.